Welcome to the Miami Sports Bar.
Welcome back to the Miami Sports Bar podcast. This is episode 2 in season 2, where Joey has made the comeback and he's actually trying to record again. Let's fucking go, baby. Thank you to all 15 of the people who took, well, maybe 14, maybe 13, who took time and maybe watched that last video for maybe just a few moments to count for a view. I really don't know. I should look into that. How long does your retention rate have to be for it to count as a view on YouTube? Because if it's just like 2 seconds, then that's kind of fucked. Anyways, yeah, and if you didn't watch that and you're watching this one, because on this podcast I will most likely be chopping up more clips out of it and actually trying to promote myself again. Basically, I explained last time that through some type of self-focus, I realized that I was drinking too much and not prioritizing myself and things that make this motherfucker happy, other than the Miami Dolphins. By the way, peep the New Jersey. Zach Thomas jersey, by the way, with the old logo. You know that shit goes hard. But yeah, so that I'm finally back and just doing better and trying to be better and trying to fucking talk more about the Miami Dolphins and the Miami Heat with you motherfuckers. I have not a lot. That's another another way that I also stepped into this rendition of my podcasting time is that I'm I'm gonna have like shorter, more to the point episodes, I think. I mean, if you really looked back at the old podcast, like, I'm just lit anyways and babbling sometimes about absolutely nothing. So hopefully we can be better in that department. Well, me, and I will, and I have been. So shut the fuck up and stop fucking judging me. You think I give a fuck what you think? Clip that. Clip that. Um, but yeah, I do want to talk about this upcoming football season a little more in depth, trying to think about all the expectations that we have on Tua, which brings a lot more pressure. I mean, not only on Tua, as a team as a whole. Is the offensive line going to hold up? Is the defense now going to be better that the Vic Fangio excuse is absolutely gone and out the window and he's in a whole new team? There's been a lot of high praise for Anthony Weaver, our new DC. Uh, Apparently the guys love him. Did get big news with Jalen Phillips coming off the pup. They're saying he looks just like how he did last year before the injury. Of course, they're going to say nice things. We got to hope for the best there. And really just trying to break down exactly what we need to do to get over that hump this year. Am I going to be able to tell you that? No. Am I going to tell you what I think? Yeah. Yeah. You already know that for a fact. But otherwise, thanks for coming back, guys. What's beautiful about these so-called expectations that we have put on ourselves as an organization, as if I'm part of the organization. We'll just, I'm not going to correct myself every time I say some stupid shit. Just know that I mean nothing to the Dolphins, but they mean everything to me. So I talk about them like they're my child. With these expectations come like this little like buzz, I mean, you still have your classic, rightfully so, Dolphin fans who are still a little worried and aren't ready to be part of that hype train. You know what I mean? Where like I'm already all in. You've seen me. I am 100% believer. We're Super Bowl bound. This, that, everything that you could say about a great team. Like I feel maybe not as secure as they do, but I feel like a Kansas City fan. Like where every year you just know, okay, here comes another great season, another playoff run. You know, like that's where my mentality is at, and it's kind of exciting when you really think about how, after years and years and years of heartbreak and absolutely no growth as a team, that now I can even say that this is a possibility that you do have that excitement. I don't know how excited everybody is going to be as a whole, but that there is a shift, right? A shift in the wind, that you just feel the hype. When you talk to Dolphin fans, there's a little more pep in their step, a little more hype in the back of their throat. They're, pause. They're more excited. You want to see what they can do. And it starts with Tua, which I am a firm believer of Tua and his abilities to lead us. And I'm gonna play the clip later of Tua on Dan Levitard's show talking about how Brian Flores, as we talked about those years, but it was never like confirmed, never really came out. It was all rumors, right? I was definitely on the bandwagon that I just believed what I read because it would make sense that Brian Flores was a shitty coach who could not mold Tua to be the leader that he is now. He basically straight up told Tua that he was trash. He didn't deserve to be a QB or to be QB1. Maybe said QB, who knows. And that's him talking to a rookie player, brand new guy. So obviously you see the shift now where, and even when I put on the clip, you're going to see how confidently Tua speaks. Like, he just looked like he's grown so much. And now also show that touchdown throw from that preseason game. That was a beautiful. I mean, there's 2 throws in that preseason game that I want to. I mean, he only had 5 attempts, and 2 out of the 5 attempts I really want to harp on and give you guys my perspective of what I saw there. The real craziest part is how, as a team, in the offseason, we got better significantly with only making a few splash signings, which is not even something that we're used to either in Miami, especially now as a Heat fan, because we don't sign nobody. I mean, I guess we run it back. Tyler Hero got Miami Heat jersey tattooed on his stomach, so he's stuck now. I mean, we added Chop Robinson through the draft. You added Patrick Paul, who is a beast, who's definitely going to help if he stays healthy and Teron Armstead has his classic season of only playing 7 or 8 games. He can pick up the slack on Teron Armstead's side of the offensive line. We're a little, as much as it doesn't seem to be true, we are a little bit deeper into O-line, the pickups that we just need to stay healthy. It's really, and you're going to hear me say it throughout the podcast and in the future, throughout the coming months, that all we need to do is stay healthy. And of course, that's a lot easier said than done. My fat ass is sitting on a chair talking about it, so, and they're probably healthier than me. And then signing Odell, I don't take it. I mean, let me talk about the Odell thing real quick, because I wasn't podcasting when we got picked up. And it seems it's a move that doesn't need to have any particular amount of hype behind, right? It doesn't need to have like a certain reaction. Do I think it's a good move? Yes, because it was a cheap deal. It was a team-friendly deal. Like a 1-year prove it. Let's see if he got anything. Like, he'd probably be on another team next year unless he has some type of... Because if he does have some type of revival season with the Dolphins and he wants money, we're not going to be able to give it to him. Even if we wanted to give it to him, he's not going to get it from us. So, and if it doesn't work out and he doesn't play well or he's injured all year, like, think about it. At full health, he's our 3rd best receiver. Isn't that nuts to say? I mean, maybe not. It's not that nuts to say, but a while ago that would be insane. Odell Beckham Jr. being your 3rd best wide receiver on your team, and Malik Washington, this dude can fly. Like, he's like another Tyreek Hill. I mean, that dude is gone. Like, he has such quick feet, and the way that he makes moves as soon as he catches that ball, like, you get the ball in his hand, and that's like the whole idea behind our offense. Get the ball into the hands of the playmakers and let them do their thing. That's why our offense runs so much pre-snap motion. Apparently there's this new motion that Mike McDaniel incorporated where he has the tight ends. He has the tight ends faking going into motion so they can become like a pulling tackle and a pulling guard. I should have sat down and really found the clips for you guys, because it's hard to explain. Hold on. Actually, I want to see. Let's see if I can be cutesy with this. All right. Am I not? Oh, gotta pause. Okay, I should have that fixed. Sorry. And let's see if I can, now I just gotta triple check, because this thing be tripping, bruh. Dude, I have not used Paint in so long. Okay, okay. I'm getting somewhere. Please follow me along on my journey as I try to remember how to do this. Okay, and we're gonna use teal for dolphins, let's say. So, here's your sit. Oh my god, what is that? Ugh, that was gross. That was what a fucking oil brush does, bro? I'll never use that again. Just regular brush. Oh my god, why am I so bad? Alright, here's your center. You might. What am I doing? This is so dumb. Okay, and we're gonna draw O-line. Wow. Anybody who does any type of graphic design with a mouse must be a genius, because this is insane. And I can't even see the cursor. I'm gonna put a T here for tight end. T here for tight end. And then we're gonna put quarterback and a running back. And don't worry, and then the rest, let's say just wide receivers out on the outside, right? So what this guy is doing, what our friend Mike McDaniel has implemented into our offense basically is, and I need a new color now, say black. So before the snap we kept seeing wide receivers running. The ball's probably snapped somewhere when they're over here, and they're already at full speed running around or whatever, or they're taking a sweep off the snap, and all of our guys are super fast. Doesn't matter if it's Waddle, Hill, you can even put Burials, Craycraft. These guys are all fast. They're gonna try to make a play up the field. So now what you saw in this last preseason game is a early, or should I say a late motion by the tight end, that as soon as he's getting here, they're already snapping the ball, right? So the tight end's coming over with a full head of steam, and he's basically turned into a pulling tackle or a pull, or like his normally, and they're probably pulling a guard, and they're handing it off to Raheem, let's say, and it just creates this huge gap. Probably not up there, but Raheem is getting some type of huge gap and just going and scoring a touchdown. Or there was a play that you guys probably saw where this tight end on the left was Jonnu Smith. Came over from the sweep, snapped the ball, put it right into his hands, and then he takes off for 13 yards. Now that's Jonnu Smith. We've basically created an offense of trickery at this point. But it's not trickery, because all he's doing is just creating opportunities for our offense to gain yards or to block would-be tacklers on a run play or a passing play. It's impressive, and it's something that I know the league hasn't seen. I was listening to something today that the NFL will be, I guess specifically, they're not going to say the Dolphins, but they're going to be watching the Dolphins a little bit closer from all the motion plays that we ran last year. There were a lot of teams or media outlets or fans, whatever it was concerned about if we were cheating the snap, like if we're getting away with false starts. But I'm sure that Mike McDaniel is right up on the rules. He's already, because all those plays are legal. It's just about certain times when you're snapping it or certain times when the motion starts, something like that. I am no head coach. I am no NFL rules analysis, expert, whatever. So I ain't worried about it. I trust Mike McDaniel. I do guarantee, though, mark my words, that there are going to be some bullshit false start calls just because, and then they're not going to be, there's no review on that. It's going to be a false start on a motion or a sweep that's starting to develop, and they're going to call false start, and we're going to be mad about it. We're not going to understand it. The refs will explain it as that they're trying to keep control, because those are the type of words that they use when they're making mistakes or something seems questionable. They say, that's like how they give out texts in the NBA a lot. It's always like, oh, well, we got to keep control of the game. We got to keep them calm. We got to make sure that they know that we're watching, or that we're not going to let them get away with so and so and so. Some type of stupid shit like that. On the defense, we go ahead and add Jordan Poyer and Kendall Fuller Uh, let me tell you, I mean, Jordan Poyer was exciting. It was just Jordan Poyer and Marcus May. It's pretty nice to have two veteran safeties. Jordan Poyer is, I mean, he's a stud. He's one of the best, one of the better safeties in the league for the last few years, and was on NFL top 100 list this year. Kendall Fuller has been an above average to like just good, like a good cornerback throughout his career, playing for the Commanders or the Redskins or the Washington football team. I low key liked Washington football team better than Commanders, but whatever. Um, those are big pickups on the defense. David Long Jr. I already liked. You had Chop Robinson. Jalen Phillips is already back. I didn't even think he was going to be back that soon. Now we're just waiting on the ball to drop on Bradley Chubb. Mo Kamara, outside linebacker, defensive end that we drafted in the 5th round, who is a monster. Like, he's a beast. Like, he's strong. And that's funny because how we drafted Chop Robinson, who is like a speedster around the edge. Like, he is just getting around these offensive linemen. Like, that's where he makes his money. And then you have Mo Kamara, who can be lined up on the other side, who's just going to be bullying these tackles. It's going to be really exciting to watch. I think our defense is going to take a big step up this year. I mean, even Cam Smith, he's been getting run in the preseason. Unfortunately, he hurt his hamstring against the Commanders this last Saturday, but he should be fine. He's week to week, and there are 2.5 weeks until the season. And it's exciting for him. It's going into his second year. He didn't even get to play his rookie year, and he was supposed to be a stud too. Our defense can really, really do some things. I mean, you got Javon Holland, just another year under his belt. And they seem confident. I mean, I went to 3 training camps these last few weeks, and I don't know. I mean, I'm no psychologist, but watching them out there, like you see the fun, you see the camaraderie, you see like the guys working together, and you see them defending each other. No, I went to I wish you can't record in training camp. Then I was there by myself. It was the Falcons joint practice. 3 fights broke out. 3 fights. And I'm talking about when you saw like the Dolphins, when they saw that fight, they're to the ball. It's almost like they're on a kick return and trying to get to the ball, and they're all crashing down because they were not standing for any of that. I mean, 3 fights within like an hour was pretty insane. And I mean, nothing was crazy. It was like I maybe saw 1 punch thrown. Everything else was shoving and yelling because there's a lot of coaches out there and stuff, and everybody's getting broken up. But you like to see the fire and the intensity, especially when you have the idea and the concept of they are in our practice facility. You're not going to disrespect us. We're going to disrespect you. Watching Jalen Ramsey, he was a leader of that. See Jalen Ramsey on the practice field, and he's bullying their running back. The play ends, the running back, he won't even let the running back run back to the huddle with the ball in his hand. He's stripping the ball out of his hand to throw it to the ref himself. Little things that you just see, like, all right, like, and it's cool to see that, like, up close, like, be like, okay, like, Jalen Ramsey, you have the reputation of being, a shit talker and a pot stirrer, but how does he do it? It's almost like he's practicing it during practice. He's practicing how to piss people off on the field in shorts and a jersey. And they had pads on that day. It's crazy. But anyways, if I can find, I probably will. But let's get us to the Tua drive. I mean, let's just watch the Tua drive.
As they approach year number 3 with the Dolphins. Mostert for the first time with the touch. He's got the first down inside the 35. Mostert, the running back, 4th and inches.
Okay, so that wasn't really the example I was looking for, but you've seen that before, but he's doing it in a 2 tight end set, it's insane. But let me see. I think this is Julian Hill right here. If you're looking, he's just like this is something that's common in the NFL, where he just takes a couple skips over to fill a gap and try to block. But now imagine that instead of a quick little lateral step, it becomes a full-on half sprint as the ball is snapped, and he's already pulling. And he's already got a full head of steam while these guys are just standing still, and he's going to chuck them over, you know what I'm saying? In a perfect world. It's not always going to work like that. But think of the opportunities that can create for the offense.
Mostert, the running back, 4th and inches. And Raheem picks it up.
We kept talking about it during this preseason game, and it's true, and I'm going to say it too. If you weren't listening and you watched the game, or if you didn't watch the game at all, that Mike McDaniels said that they need to be able to run the ball when they know you're running the ball. And that's true. This was because I watched the game. This drive, we had a 3rd and 1. Failed. They stop us at the 1, no gain. And then line up on 4th and 1 and run it again. And you get the first down. Obviously, it's preseason, but there's going to be moments like that in the season where, like, you can't always just throw it up to Tyreek. I mean, it seems like you can, but you have to be able to develop the offense. And if you don't have any type of ground game, you're hurting yourself. You're shooting yourselves in the foot. So I really like that quote that they kept repeating during the broadcast. That you got to be able to run the ball when they know you're running the ball.
Nice movement at the point of attack over there.
2nd and 1. They picked up 9 yards on that Smith run. Achan, he's got the first down. Picks up about 4 in this Dolphins
Just seeing
offense.
Malik Washington run.
Achan, he's got 9 yards on that
Him
Smith
coming
run.
out on these
Achan,
motion plays are going to be
down, picks up about 4
similar to
Dolphins
Tyreek Hill
offense.
this season. I'm calling it. I'm telling you.
Smith in there. Washington as well with Craycraft. And they're looking for
Oh, they didn't show it.
He's got it. And
There was a play before
Yeah,
this
look
where
at
he
me
got
there.
where the O-line got blown up, and Tua has to stop on a dime, turn, and he sidearms the ball for a completion instead of where last year he might have gotten sacked. He looks a lot slimmer, and he looks a lot more. He looks slimmer, but he looks more in control of his motions. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but he's looking a lot more athletic. Has been the reports, and what I saw, and whatever glimpses I could see during training camp, and then from this one drive that he
Washington
participated
as well
in the
with
preseason.
Craycraft. And
And first of all, because I saw something online, I get these captions in here, that someone was saying, "Oh, great touchdown! Would love to see Tua trying to make a read." Right when you see where Tua throws the ball.
Washington
Let's see if I
as
can get it
well
right
with
there.
Craycraft. And
So already right here, he's throwing the fade, right? If it was absolutely gone, okay, someone was saying the whole left side of the field was open. Mostert, that's a dump off. This is definitely his second read, right? Which he wasn't going to get to because he already sees that Craycraft is running that fade, right, to the corner of the end zone with his DB still square. Craycraft, and this is Craycraft. If that's Tyreek or Waddle, that's a no-brainer. You're throwing that ball. His shoulders are still square to the opposite end zone, and you think he's not going to get beat? Like, he's going to get beat. He got beat right away. They saw the way they lined up, and he probably already knew from pre-snap that this was going to the corner of the end zone. So I wish I should have got the guy's IG name. He went on this whole paragraph about, like, oh, this is why Tua this, Tua that. And this offense, and I said a lot last year, is a timing offense. And it's about getting to that first read. And once you don't get to that first read is when he's going to move off of it. He's not doing anything that he wasn't coached to do. And realistically, it's a 4th and 2 that turns into a touchdown. And somehow, some way, this guy finds a way to complain. Because you see, he throws the ball perfectly. Perfect placement. Throws him wide open. What do you want? You want him to dump it off to Mostert? By the time Mostert catches the ball, they're probably already all breaking. There's going to be 3 defenders breaking on him. They're all watching it. I mean, it's just the level of hate sometimes is absurd. I'm not saying that if he would have came out this time and throw it to Jonnu for a first down, there would have been no problem with that. But the play call was definitely first read, River Craycraft, touchdown. DB, square shoulders. I don't have to explain it more. Now just watch this beautiful fucking throw.
they're looking for River. End zone. He's got it.
So fucking
Touchdown.
delicious, dude.
Oh, Tua, that's a beautiful throw, and he's dancing, and River Craycraft
Dance, my
pulls
boy.
it in. 40-yard line.
Let me see.
Over another.
I found a Cam Smith sighting. It's exactly, watch 24 right here. This is the type of player that Vic Fangio said wasn't good enough to be on the field for us last season.
You're in a 4-3, so you always keep that offense guessing.
He's literally running the route. He was running the route with this receiver.
And Needham came again, and there's Cam Smith.
Go, Cam.
Step for step.
So beautiful.
With Zacchaeus, the veteran.
And what's more fitting than right after that, Chop
Now,
Robinson.
that's a big play for Cam Smith. Brandon Pelian on that defense.
Where is he? Where's he going now?
Line, the undrafted free agent, second
Oh.
year. And look at that.
Look, it goes to me.
Robinson, drafted free agent. Brandon Pelian on that
Yeah, he's over
defensive
here.
line, the undrafted free agent, second year.
Oh, well, tackle definitely just got lost.
Offensive line, the
Look at him. He goes
undrafted
completely
free agent,
untouched.
second year.
Damn.
Look at that.
That was close to being a Madden-like sack. Ever seen those OG, like, when you play, like, the older Maddens, and it was just always, like, it was too glitchy, and you can just cut right through on a blitz, blow up the handoff, and turn it into a fumble for 6.
Robinson,
Close.
welcome to South Florida.
Bro, and right on schedule. I was talking about Mo Camara, and then he has a highlight.
Kamara, the two rookies on the
Oh,
edge.
yeah. He
And
ain't
there's
stopping
Mo
him.
Kamara. So after Robinson,
Look
the
at our
first
boy,
round
Jalen
pick
Phillips.
makes a play. Jalen Phillips loves it. Mo gets in there in the backfield.
Oh, yeah, we're stacked.
Like the athletic family. 3rd and 11. Driscoll looking end zone. Incomplete. Neal was out there.
Yeah. Couldn't find... I mean, obviously there's other nice plays, but I'm not worried about Mike White and Ezukama connecting for the long ball. I did save it. There's a part from this clip. Right here. I'm going to write it down at 2:30. It's the way he answers this question.
Wait, you enjoy that?
Oh, it's funny because I can't control any of that.
Right.
But
you in South Florida in terms of being polarizing when I don't understand why you're polarizing.
oh, I don't understand why, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. It's funny.
Wait, you enjoy that?
Oh, it's funny because I can't control any of that.
Right.
But the cool thing about it is, like, you're being talked about whether it's good or bad. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Like, whether it's good or bad. I mean, I don't care whether you have something good or something bad. That, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion about someone, and I mean, I just don't understand too myself why it's so polarizing. Like, okay, if he can't do this, we say he can't do this, then he does it. Okay, wait, what is something else we got to? Okay, yeah, no, he can't do that, but he sucks at that. No, but he actually did that. No, but no, wait. No, wait, dude. But remember, 2 years ago.
Tell him to.
dude, so it's. I
have to
think it's
apologize.
funny.
I'm the master of doing that.
He hears it. He does say later in the interview, he doesn't run his own social media. He's not really like, but of course, it's 2024. It's kind of hard to avoid when people are talking about you. And I just appreciate the way he handles that, because, I mean, he basically just harps on it that he knows that, and he said it perfectly, whether he does good or whether he does bad, they're always going to be talking about him, and they're always going to be criticizing and judging, and he accepts it. Comes with it's part of the job, but he thinks, he does laugh at the idea that, and it's true, when there's one obstacle that he overcomes, then they just talk about how there's another obstacle, and then another, and then another, and then another. I just feel the only reason that it bothers me more is because there are other quarterbacks. I was watching this thing earlier where I forgot that when Eli Manning won his first Super Bowl, when he was going on to win his second Super Bowl, and they just won the wild card game. Their divisional round opponent was the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay, who were 15-1 that season. And they beat Green Bay by double digits. And I promise, I'm sure Aaron Rodgers had his moment of, Aaron Rodgers choked, or he wasn't good enough, he didn't get whatever. But you know that by the very next season, all was forgiven, all was forgotten, and you're already talking about maybe an MVP season for Aaron Rodgers. And I'm not comparing to Aaron Rodgers, but I'm just saying it's just a beautiful example of, some players can fall short while they're doing great in other aspects and be criticized, and some won't. Tua's and he said it during this interview, like, you know, we had all these winning seasons, we had these winning seasons in a row, and throwing more yards every year, and he's getting better and better. However, like, no one appreciates that he's getting better and better. You have to be some real miserable Dolphin fans to be mad about having the best quarterback we've had since Marino. That's insane. Because we haven't had it. There was no in between. You had Chad Pennington for like a year, and he was all right. Like, he was good. He had his moments. People remember him. But he wasn't good. It wasn't for the Dolphins. You know, he had the 1 year with the Dolphins where we had a little, like, taste of a good quarterback, and then... But, we haven't had anything. It's... The hating is unreal. But let's hear him talk about Brian Flores.
Throughout, can you explain to us the difference in practical terms between having a coach who did believe in you the way that he did, and the difference between that and what was happening with Flores?
Yeah. Well, to put it in simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you sucked at what you did, that you don't belong doing what you do, that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here, that you haven't earned this right, and then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you are the best fit for this. Like, you are accurate, you are the best whatever, you are this, you are that. Like, how would it make you feel listening to one or the other? You see what I'm saying? And then you hear it, regardless of what it is, the good or the bad. And you hear it more and more, you start to actually believe that. I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the United States. You have a terrible person that's telling you things that you don't want to hear, or that you probably shouldn't be hearing. You're going to start to believe that about yourself. And so that's sort of like what ended up happening. And it was, I mean, it's basically been, 2 years of training that out of not just me, but, a couple of the guys as well that have been here since my rookie year all the way till now.
It's been great to see your success.
Yes.
Great.
You hear that, Flores? You're a bitch. But yeah, no, he, I like how he handled it with class, and he doesn't say names. He doesn't have to say names. What's known doesn't need to be spoken. It's true. I mean, that's not only true in, like, football terms, and that's why he broke it down as simply as he did. Like, if somebody is telling you every day, someone who's supposed to be your leader, you should have added that. Someone who's supposed to be your leader, your mentor, your guide through a path of whether it's going to be success and struggle and failure, is telling you every day that you're not made for this, that you can't do it, that you're not it, that it should be someone else, that you don't deserve it. I don't know how good you would do in that environment either. I don't know how are you growing somebody as a person when all you're doing is feeding them horrid things. You're telling them, and this is not, and yes, oh yeah, he's a grown man, and no, dude, he's a young quarterback coming in the league with doubts. All he's heard everywhere is that he might not be able to do this, and you need to be the one to lie to him and tell him that he can. Whatever happened to fake it till you make it? And then you have Mike McDaniel come in and say, hey, you're one of the most accurate passers in the league. And look at how much they evolved. From year 1 to year 2 was already... So, I mean, look at last year. He led the league in passing yards. In year 3, it's about to be something insane. I mean, all the off-season interviews and stuff where Tua's talked about where he's not scared to lead the team. Where he's not... let me see if I want to find that too. Where he's basically saying, if you're not here to help us and to help yourself help us, then you got to go. Then you ain't it. Like, he has no problem that he's learned how to be a leader, that he's made relationships with these guys where he knows, like, I can say something to you on the field in front of everybody and you're not going to get, sensitive about it. Or I know I got to talk to you behind the scenes, or we got to talk after practice, or whatever the case may be. That he knows that the ultimate goal is to win. And that he needs to, and he has stepped up and accepted the role of leadership. And you hear him in the interviews and through his voice, like, he just sounds so much more sure of himself. He sounds like he understands the mission and how to accomplish it. And that's just fucking beautiful. And that's just outside of even playing on the field. Like, this is like, he's winning mentally right now. I don't know how to make that sound any better than I just made it sound. He's winning mentally right now. And that's the first obstacle, especially in a job as physically demanding as that. Because if you're not sure about what you're doing and you're not confident in what you're doing, all you're going to do is hurt yourself and hurt everybody else. So we might be living in a new, beautiful Dolphin world. He's only in year 5. Hopefully we can have another 10 years of Tua. Another maybe 3 years of Tyreek. Another 7 or 8 years of Waddle. And 12 years of Malik Washington taking Tyreek's spot. I don't know. I'm very excited. Well, before I wrap it up, there was one Duffy story that I was going to throw out there. I need to start marking these down again. I've been forgetting, bro. It's been like a year, so. Sunday, pouring rain. Bar, covered in water. Disgusting. Sorry, had some background noise. Had to make sure that was not getting into my podcast, bro. There ain't no free appearances on this bitch, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, pouring rain, bar covered in water. And, I mean, it rained for like an hour or whatever the fuck it was. And it was still kind of raining, but you gotta go outside. You gotta squeegee the bar top. You gotta wipe down seats. It's like a whole fucking process. There's a bunch of people standing in the corner that were sitting there before, and now you gotta wait for them to sit down or close out or whatever they're gonna fucking do because they're all stuck and they're all drinking in the rain, whatever, and it doesn't matter. And then, so don't come to my fucking bar, dude, and sit down right away as I'm still on the other side, like wiping shit down, trying to like get shit in order. Okay, and expect, you know, me to jump over the bar like a fucking cat to take your order right away. And I'm talking about like 2-3 minutes. I finally come back to the other side and I'm getting menus. And this lady's friend who she just sits down asks her friends that were sitting, hey, have you been helped already? And she didn't say it rude or anything. And like, it was like, she asked that question right before I walked up to grab some menus. So like, it wasn't, I know she wasn't trying to be slick or anything. But then her friend decides to go, no, nobody's helped us yet. Then she reads my name tag and says, if Joey can get his head out of the sky or some shit, like trying to be funny, obviously implying that I'm high, which I am never high at work. I don't fucking even like smoke weed, bro. I know, it's my eyes. Look at them. Look at these fucking shitty ass eyes. I'm not high right now, but I guarantee you think I am. Yeah, and then so slick shit. And then she's like, oh, well, I'm ready to order. I'm like, okay, go ahead and order. And she's like, oh, well, I don't want you to be annoyed. And obviously, I don't even know how to respond to that. In my head, I'm thinking, like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Make your order. But instead, I just look at her and go, I'm waiting on you. And I can't even fake a smile. I just, like, come on. Like, we know what this is. You already killed the mood. You didn't apologize. Maybe if you apologized, it would have been different. You killed the mood. You were rude. And now you want me to... I'm going to give you the fast service. I'm going to give you what you want. I'm not going to try you with my service and my hospitality. But now the fake smile is out the window. The conversations are out the window. This is a strictly transactional business thing now. What do you want? And then I made the stupid mistake. Please, managers of restaurants cover years. I was so annoyed and I didn't give a fuck. She wanted a Heineken, a Jack Sour, and a shot of Jack. And the Jacks were doubles. And instead of me putting on my responsible service hat on, I just said, here you go. Popped the Heineken, made her the shot, made her the other drink, and didn't give a fuck. But that's all she had. She had the one Heineken and the 2 drinks. So I kind of felt better after. Because she was definitely like a little tipsy. So I was worried. I was like, oh man, I might kill this fucking bitch. I mean, not physically. At least that time. But yeah. I guess we'll call that my bartender pet peeve of the week. If it's fucking raining, have some fucking patience. Okay? And no, we do not serve you in the pool. When you are in the pool, do not wave me down. This is not a resort. There's not a swim-up bar. There is a walk-up bar. You get out of the fucking water and start a tab. Come on, guys. Do I gotta explain that? I understand that we have a pool. But, especially the bartender. You're waving down the bartender like I'm you know, come around the bar, walk up to the pool, bend all the way down and fucking hear you and take your order and walk back and forth. Like, that's crazy. I know some servers will do it. You're technically not even supposed to be eating and drinking in our pool. I mean, this is, like I said, this is not a resort. This is not something, you know, this is, it's just something like cool off. Like, that's how you should treat the pool. Something like cool off and relax and then get out and, you know, enjoy your beverage. Not, anyways, I mean, whatever. Who am I to tell you how to enjoy your shitty ass time at Duffy's? Well, anyways, I love you guys. Make sure that you love yourselves. You know, I love myself a lot more lately. And, yeah. Anybody listening or watching, I love you. Peace!